तो हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल। तो आज हम ईट दैट फ्रॉग बुक को पढ़ने वाले हैं जो ब्रियान ट्रेसी ने लिखा है। और हम इस बुक को थॉरोली पढ़ेंगे और थोड़ा थोड़ा करके आपको पूरा बुक को पढ़ के सुनाएंगे। तो अगर आपके पास टाइम है तो आप सुन लीजिए, जिसके पास नहीं है वो बाद में सुन लेना।
The table. There is one quality that one must possess to win, and that is definiteness of purpose, the knowledge of what one wants, and a burning desire to achieve it. Before you can determine your frog and get on with the job of eating it, you have to decide exactly what it is you want to achieve in each area of your life. Clarity is perhaps the most important concept in personal productivity. The number one reason why some people get more work done faster is because they are absolutely clear about their goals and objectives and they don't divide from them. The greater clarity you have regarding what you want and the steps you will have to take to achieve it, the easier it will be for you to overcome procrastination. Eat your frog and complete the task before you. A major reason for procrastination and lack of motivation is vagueness, confusion, and fuzzy mindedness about what it is you are trying to do, and in what order and for what reason. You must avoid this common condition with all your strength by striving for ever greater clarity in your major goals and tasks. Here is great rule for success. Think on paper. Only about 3% of adults have clear written goals. These people accomplish 5 and 10 times as much as people of equal or better education and ability, but who, for whatever reason, have never taken the time to write out exactly what it is they want. There is powerful formula for setting and achieving goals that you can use for the rest of your life. It consists of 7 simple steps. Any one of these steps can double and triple your productivity if you are not currently using it. Many of my graduates have increased their incomes dramatically in a matter of a few years or even a few months with this simple 7-part method. Step 1: decide exactly what you want. Either decide for yourself or sit down with your boss and discuss your goals and objectives until you are absolutely crystal clear about what is expected of you and in what order of priority. It it is amazing how many people are working away day after day on low value tasks because they have not had the critical discussion with their manager. Rule one of the very worst uses of time is to do something very well that need not be done at all. Stephen Conway says that before you begin scrambling up the ladder of success, make sure that it is the leaning against the right building. Step 2: write it down. Think on paper. When you write your goal down, you crystallize it and give it tangible form. You create something that you can touch and see. On the other hand, a goal or objective that is not in writing is merely a wish or a fantasy. It has no energy behind it. Unwritten goals lead to confusion, vagueness, misdirection, and numerous mistakes. Step 3: set a deadline on your goal. Set sub deadline if necessary. A goal or decision without a deadline has no urgency. It has no real beginning or end. Without a definite deadline accompanied by the assignment or acceptance of specific responsibility for completion, you will naturally procrastinate and get very little done. Step 4: make a list of everything that you can think of that you are going to have to do to achieve your goal. As you think of new activities, add them to your list. Keep building your list until it is complete. A list gives you a visual picture of a larger task or objectives. It gives you a track to run on. It dramatically increases the likelihood that you will achieve your goal as you have defined it and on schedule. Step 5: organize the list into a plan. Organize your list by priority and sequence. Take a few minutes to decide what you need to do first and what you can do later. Decide what has to be done before something else and what needs to be done afterwards. Even better, lay out your plan visually in the form of a series of boxes and circle on a sheet of paper with lines and arrows showing the relationship of each task to each other task. You will be amazed at how much easier it is to achieve your goal when you break it down into individual tasks. With a written goal and an organized plan of action, you will be far more productive and efficient than someone who is carrying his goals around in his mind. Step 6. Take action on your plan immediately. Do anything. An average plan vigorously executed is far better than a brilliant plan on which nothing is done. For you to achieve any kind of success, execution is everything. Step 7. Resolve to do something every single day that moves you toward your major goal. Build this activity into your daily schedule. You may read a specific number of pages on a key subject. You could call on specific number of prospects or customers. You can engage in specific period of physical exercise. You can learn a certain number of new words in a foreign language. Whatever it is, you must never miss a day. Keep pushing forward. Once you start moving, keep moving. Don't stop. This discipline alone can dramatically increase your speed of goal accomplishment and boost your personal productivity. The power of written goals. Clear written goals have wonderful effect on your thinking. They motivate you and galvanize you into action. They stimulate your creativity, release your energy, and help you to overcome procrastination as much as any other factor. Goals are the fuel in the furnace of achievement. The bigger your goals and the clearer they are, the more excited you become about achieving them. The more you think about your goals, the greater becomes your inner drive and desire to accomplish them. Think about your goals and review them daily. Every morning when you begin, take action on the most important task you can accomplish to achieve your most important goal at the time. तो चैप्टर के ख़त्म होने के बाद कुछ समरी दिया था जिसको मैं अब पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ. ईट दैट फ्रॉग. नंबर 1 पॉइंट है, टेक ए क्लीन शीट ऑफ पेपर राइट नाउ एंड मेक आउट ए लिस्ट ऑफ 10 गोल्स you want to accomplish in next year. Write your goal as through a year has already passed and they are now a reality. Use the present tense, positive and personal case so that they are immediately accepted by your subconscious mind. For example, you would write, I earn X number of dollars per year, or I weigh X number of pounds, or I drive such and such a car. Number 2, review your list of 10 goals and select the one goal that, if you achieve it, would have the greatest positive impact on your life. Whatever the goal is, write it on a separate sheet of paper, set a deadline, make a plan, take action on your plan, and then do something every single day that moves you towards that goal. This exercise also alone could change your life. अब आते हैं चैप्टर 2 पे जिसका नाम है प्लान एवरी डे इन एडवांस. Planning is bringing the future into the present so you can do something about it now. तो अब आते हैं चैप्टर 2 पे जिसका नाम है प्लान एवरी डे इन एडवांस. तो इस पे क्वाट से शुरू होता है जो है, प्लानिंग इज ब्रिंगिंग द फ्यूचर इनटू द प्रेजेंट सो यू कैन डू समथिंग अबाउट इट नाउ. ये एलन लेकेन का क्वाट है. यू हैव हर्ड द ओल्ड क्वेश्चन, हाउ डू यू ईट एन एलिफेंट? Answer, one bite at a time. How do you eat your biggest, ugliest frog? The same way, you break it down into specific step-by-step activities and then you start on the first one. Your mind, your ability to think, plan and decide is your most powerful tool for overcoming procrastination and increasing your productivity. Your ability to set your goals, make plans and take action on them determines the course of your life. The very act of thinking and planning unlocks your mental powers, triggers your creativity and increases your mental and physical energies. Conversely, as Alex Mackenzie wrote, action without planning is cause of every failure. Your ability to make good plans before you begin is a measurable is a measure of your overall competence. The better the plan you have, the easier it is for you to overcome procrastination, to get started, to eat your frog, and then to keep going. Increase your return on energy. One of the top goals at work should be for you to get the highest possible return on your investment of mental, emotional, and physical energy. The good news is that every minute spent in planning saves as many as 10 minutes in execution. It only takes about 10 to 12 minutes for you to plan out your day, but this small investment of time will save you at least 2 hours in wasted time and diffuse effort throughout the day. You may have heard the 6P formula. It says proper prior planning prevent poor performance. You may have heard the 6P formula. It says proper prior planning prevents poor performance. When you consider how helpful planning can be in increasing your productivity and performance, it is amazing how few people practice it every single day, and planning is really quite simple to do. All you need is a piece of paper and a pen. The most sophisticated Palm Pilot, computer program, or time planner is based on the same principle. It is based on your sitting down and making a list of everything you have to do before you begin. 2 extra hours per day. Always work from a list. When something new comes up, add it to the list before you do it. You increase your productivity and output by 25% or more by about 2 hours from the first day that you begin working consistently from a list. Make out your list the night before at the end of the workday. Move everything that you have not yet accomplished onto your list for the coming day, and then add everything that you have to do the next day. When you make out your list the evening or the night before, your subconscious mind works on your list all night long while you sleep. Often you will wake up with greater ideas and insights that you can use to get your job done faster and better than you had initially thought. The more time you take to make written list of everything you have to do in advance, the more effective and efficient you will be. Different lists for different purposes. There are different lists that you need for different purposes. First, you should create a master list on which you write down everything you can think of that you want to do sometime in the future. This is the place where you capture every day. This is the place where you capture every idea that comes to, or every new task or responsibility that comes up. You can then sort out the items later. Second, you should have a monthly list that you make up at the end of the month for the month ahead. This may contain items transferred from your master list. Third, you should have a weekly list where you plan your entire week in advance. This is a list that is under construction as you go through the current week. This discipline of systematic time planning can be very helpful to you. Many people have told me that the habit of taking a couple of hours at the end of each week to plan the coming week has increased their productivity dramatically and changed their lives completely. These techniques will work for you as well. Finally, you transfer items from your monthly and weekly list onto your daily list. There are specific activities that you are going to accomplish that day. As you work through the day, tick off the items on your list as you complete them. This activity gives you a visual picture of accomplishment. It generates a feeling of success and forward motion. Seeing yourself working progressively through your list motivates and energizes you. It raises your self-esteem and self-respect. Steady visual progress propels you forward and helps you to overcome procrastination. Planning a project. When you have a project of any kind, begin by making a list of every step that you will have to complete to finish the project from beginning to end. Organize the project by priority and sequence. Lay out the project in front of you Lay out the project in front of you on paper or on a computer so that you can see every step and task. Then go to work on one task at a time. You will be amazed how much you get done in this way. As you work through your lists, you will feel more and more effective and powerful. You will feel more in control of your life. You will be naturally motivated to do more, even more. You will think better and more creatively, and you will get more and better insight that enable you to do your work even faster. As you work steadily through your list, you will develop a sense of positive forward momentum that enables you to overcome procrastination. This feeling of progress gives you more energy and keeps you going throughout the day. One of the most important rules of personal effectiveness is 10 by 90 rule. This rule says that first 10% of time that you spend planning and organizing your work before you begin will save you as much as 90% of the time in getting the job done once you get started. You only have to try this rule once to prove it to yourself. When you plan each day in advance, you find it much easier to get going and keep going. The work goes faster and smoother than ever before. You feel more powerful and competent. You get more done faster than you thought possible. Eventually, you become unstoppable. तो ये नीचे दिया है जिसको मैं पढ़ के सुनाता हूँ. Eat that frog. Number 1 point है begin today to plan every day, week and month in advance. Take a notepad or sheet of paper or use your PDA or BlackBerry and make a list of everything you have to do in the next 24 hours. Add to it as new items come up. Make a list of all your projects and the big multitask jobs that are important to your future. Number 2, lay out each of your major goal, project or task by priority. What is most important and the sequence. What has to be done first, what comes second, and so forth. Start with end in mind and work backward. Think on paper, always work from a list. You will be amazed at how much more productive you become and how much easier it is to eat your frog.